Hello friends, welcome to Naadi Astrology. So today I'm going to tell you about the law of Rashi exchange, which we had done yesterday in my previous class, and what is midway of Rahu and Ketu, like center point of Rahu and Ketu in Naadi Astrology. Effects of combustion. When a planet gets combust, what is the effect according to Nadi techniques? So welcome friends to my channel Naadi Astrology. So my name is Rajesh Babbar. Let's begin our video. Before I begin my video, I pray to Lord Ganesha and Lord Shanidev to help us learn this divine knowledge. So in last class we had learned about law of Rashi exchange, Rashi Parivartana, and you had seen how even a debilitated planet in a birth chart can give results pertaining to Raj Yoga, and even an exalted planet in a chart can lose its strength due to Rashi Parivartan combinations and when there is conjunction of other planets as well. Third, we had learned about Sun and Moon when they interchange, like the Rashi Parivartana yoga is there and Rahu comes into picture, how the parents of the native get affected. So this we will continue further. The law of Rashi exchange. Effects of combustion. When a planet is combust, how does Nadi techniques, like how does Bhrigu Nandi Nadi sees combust planet and how we have to analyze the birth chart. For that, first let me draw one chart for the convenience of my students. So I will make it a bit quicker, and we will draw a South Indian chart also. This is the number one. So this is North Indian, this is South Indian chart as usual. I am preparing South Indian chart also side by side because a lot of my viewers are from South India and they don't understand this North style diamond chart. So let's begin. For example, we'll take one example. Let's say Sun, or let's say Mars. They are placed in one house in conjunction, and due to close proximity of degrees, Mars gets combust here, sign of Capricorn. So before I go deeper into this concept, one thing I would like to explain, that when a planet is combust, there are two rules you need to follow. The rules are the close proximity in degrees, and the second rule is when both the planets, the planet Sun and the planet placed with Sun, are in the same nakshatra and same pada, then the effects of combustion are seen to a greater extent. This I will explain in the coming classes. So if Sun and Mars are placed together, Mars is combust here, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 1, and Saturn is placed here. This I will write here quickly for the convenience of South Indian readers. So what's happening here is Mars and Saturn, they have Rashi Parivartana. So the law of exchange, which we had studied yesterday in the class, works here very well. The planet Mars, which was combust due to the close proximity of degrees with Sun, due to Rashi Parivartana, the combustion of Mars gets cancelled. This is purely Nadi technique, friends. You have to analyze the chart very carefully when there is Rashi Parivartana and the planet is combust. So in this case, Mars will not give results of a combust planet. In fact, it will give results of a very, in fact, Mars will give good results here. Second, in any chart, if you see this combination, Sun, Venus, Rahu. Venus is combust with Sun due to the close proximity of degrees or due to the difference of degrees. But if Rahu is placed there, then this Venus will not give any bad effects of a combust planet. In fact, Sun will be in trouble because Rahu is the friend of Venus and Rahu is the enemy of Sun. So even if Sun combusts Venus, so Sun due to close proximity, Sun, because Rahu is enemy of Sun, Sun here is in deep trouble. So he cannot combust Venus and there will be no such effect on combustion of Venus. The Venus here will give very good results. So these are the few techniques of law of Rashi Parivartana which I have already completed in the yesterday class and today's class. In the coming classes, I will take few examples of Rashi Parivartana and I will explain you with the help of those examples how and when the planet in a chart, if it was debilitated or there was Rashi Parivartana, what happened in the native's life and how the life of the native changed, that we will study with the help of example. So the law of Rashi Parivartana, law of exchange, I have already finished here. Now we will jump into another important topic, that is midway of Rahu and Ketu. And it is a purely Nadi technique, midway of Rahu and Ketu. It is 100% purely Nadi technique for the lovers of Nadi who study Nadi regularly through YouTube or through books or through other sources. This is a very important concept called midway. Midway, or you can call it the center point or the axis of Rahu Ketu. Not that Kal Sarp dosha which you might have learned in the regular Vedic astrology, but this is something different. It's purely a Nadi technique. So what is midway? Let me explain you. If Rahu is placed here, Ketu is placed here, this and this means 4th house and 10th house. This is called the intersection point of Rahu and Ketu. Basically the Nadi word is midway of Rahu and Ketu. 4 houses here, 4 houses here. So this is the midway of Rahu and Ketu. And what is the result of this midway? The result of this midway is very severe, friends. If there is no benefic aspect on that planet, the karkattvas, the significations of that planet is completely destroyed. So I'll give you some examples also here how we can use this. Let's say if in any chart Jupiter is placed here and there is no benefic aspect on Jupiter. Benefic means Sun. Sun is the saving factor in any chart. Sun is the Raksha Kavach in any chart. So if there is no aspect of Sun, because even if Sun comes here and aspects Jupiter from 7th aspect, that Sun cannot help Jupiter unless Sun is placed here or Sun is placed here and it gives a trinal aspect to Jupiter. So the karkattvas of Jupiter are badly afflicted here. So Jupiter is the Jivakarak, he is the native in question. So this can give health issues to native, short life to native, and lot of struggles in his life. Next, for example, if Saturn is placed here in Rahu Ketu midway or here, then the profession of the native is into deep trouble. Saturn is the karkatva of profession, so the profession will be in trouble. Likewise, You have to take karkatvas of all planets. Moon is the karkatva for mother. Moon is the karkatva for happiness. Moon is your mind. So all these problems you can see in this chart very easily if this is the combination. Let's say if Venus is placed here, and I remove Moon from here. If Venus is placed here, that means Venus is wife, Venus is money, Venus is your sister. So all these significations of Venus will be completely destroyed here if there is no benefic aspect on this Venus. If Mercury is placed here, that means Mercury is the planet of intelligence, Mercury is the planet of education, Mercury is your younger brother as well. So this can give trouble to education, this can give trouble to your younger brother, or this can also hurt your intelligence. If Mars is placed here, let's say Mars comes in the Rahu Ketu midway point. So I am not writing this there, I am sorry for that. Basically you need to let me write here also 6. This I have not written here. 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This 1, 2, 3, 4. This. This is the midway point according to South Indian chart. So basically I am going to write here. You can understand, the South Indian leaders can understand here very easily. So if Mars comes in midway point, let's say Mars, that means your younger brother. Mars is the Deha Karka, your body. You will have lot of health issues, or younger brother can have lot of troubles in his life. Mars is husband. If you are analyzing a female chart, trouble in marriage or delay in marriage can be seen. So this is called the midway point of Rahu and Ketu. Now this midway point comes in a different way also. That also I will explain you with the help of example. With the same example we will proceed further. Let's say if Jupiter is placed here in any chart, so 7 number sign will come here. This I have made some mistake here. Let me correct. If Rahu is placed here, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ketu is placed here. Jupiter is placed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5th house from Jupiter. Now it's correct. Sorry for the time. Sorry for some mistake. Rahu and Ketu midpoint comes here or here from Jupiter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th house is the house of childbirth in any chart. Even if it is a male chart or female chart, it doesn't matter. I have told you earlier. So when this position is happening in the chart, there will be delay in childbirth or sometimes denial of childbirth, because 7 number sign also is coming in between. It is in midway of Rahu and Ketu. 7 number sign is the sign of reproduction, especially if it's a female chart, because reproduction is always connected to female charts, and if 7 number sign is afflicted in female chart, then there will be trouble in childbirth or delay in childbirth. So this is a very important concept of Nadi Astrology, midway of Rahu and Ketu. When you see any chart, you have to analyze that chart very carefully. Same situation happens when in progression Jupiter comes here or here. Anywhere Rahu or Ketu can be placed in your chart. Let me give you another example for that, because it is very important. Let's say Rahu is placed here. Ketu is placed here, then this becomes the midpoint of Rahu and Ketu. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 houses behind, 4 houses ahead. This becomes the midpoint of Rahu and Ketu. So anyway, any chart when you see, just take Rahu and Ketu into consideration. 4 houses behind, 4 houses ahead. That is the midpoint. Any planet, and when Jupiter or Saturn in progression comes here and it gets struck in Rahu Ketu midpoint, that particular period of 2.5 years or Jupiter's 1 year of progression in that particular sign will definitely give trouble to the native. So this is very important concept, friends. You have to clearly focus on charts when you study midpoint of Rahu and Ketu. Now, there is another way of midpoint. If in any chart you see this combination in one house, if 2 planets are placed and according to degrees, like let's see, Mars is 25 degrees and Ketu is placed here in 15 degrees. So this is the another example of midway. So this I will continue in the second class. This I will continue in the another class, but just to explain you and give you a brief description. When this combination occurs in your chart in the same house, the conjunction must be in the same house and you have to arrange them in degrees. And if Ketu comes in the midway of Sun and Mars, means in between Sun and Mars, then there is a lot of trouble. That I will explain you in the coming class. What would be the result and how the native's father or native's younger brother or father, his younger brother will suffer or they will enter into a dispute. It's a very good combination and purely a Nadi technique, and for the lovers of Nadi, this plays a very important role while predicting. So I'm going to end this session today and we will continue with this midway of Ketu between 2 planets. So I will end the session here. Thank you very much.